In today's video, this very special Datsun Cablight from 1968. Also, I would like to talk about the importance of insignificant cars. G'day everyone, this is Daniel O'Grady. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you're well. Now up the top, I just have to mention Patreon giveaways. There's going to be two for some silly reason. So Patreons, check out the end of the video. But for now, let's check out today's feature car. Now, I've had the good fortune of seeing today's feature car on a couple of occasions. Most recently was a couple of weekends ago. Can you see it there? It's up there, right there. Now, at that event, I took 0 photos of this car, well, except this one, which probably shouldn't count. And speaking of cars and or photos that shouldn't count, this Suzuki Jimny, I actually had to ask permission to get photos of it as it was at an actual fire station. I think we can all agree it is total fire. Hey, weren't we talking about a Datsun? I think we were. Yeah, today's car is a Datsun Cablight 1150 from 1968. Actually, this is the 3rd generation Cablight, but the first and only one I have ever seen. And apparently there is a Cablight at the Nissan Zama DNA Heritage Museum. There's a pic. And just because I can, I'm going to show you a Nissan Junior because these two commercial vehicles were on the roads at the same time. Datsun with their Cablight, Nissan with their Junior. And can I say, I'm super surprised that Matchbox made a Nissan Junior. I had never heard of these things. Now, it will come as no surprise to long-time viewers of WasabiCars that this car belongs to the Sepia Collection. Now, this collection is located an hour or so away from my house. It's a staggering collection of Japanese cars, and somehow he's got his hands on a fire truck because private citizens cannot own emergency vehicles. But he has managed to snag one, and I'd like to know why. I'm really not sure if his collection can be passed off as a museum, though it is open to the public. It's more like his own private garage that he does buy and sell cars in and out of. So it's an interesting setup that he's got. Now, considering this is a 50-year-old car, I'm super impressed with the condition of it. All chrome parts seem to have some sort of surface rust on them, totally understandable. Now, looking at the markings on the door, and I don't know if I'm reading this correctly, Genkai Machi, that is a section of Saga Prefecture near the ocean, so it's held up pretty good over the years. And a shot of the interior, pretty darn plain in there, but yeah, tidy, neat, no cracks. Looking good. You know, I'm so super keen to get on to the next topic that I'm going to cut it short, but if you have specific questions about this car, I'm absolutely going to do my best to answer it in the YouTube comments below, so go for that. Also, there will be question of the day, so answer that as well. That'd be great. And the next topic was the importance of insignificant cars, or could that be the significance of unimportant cars? And this is brought about because I posted a little Suzuki SUZULIGHT from the mid-60s. I posted it to Facebook a couple of weeks back and I got an interesting reaction. A fella by the name of Dave, and I'm not having a go at the guy. I mean, there's no expectation for anyone to be impressed by any of the cars that I feature. But he does say, unless it's being restored or on the road, it's just a pile of rust. I don't get how this gets you excited. Well, I'll tell you why it gets me excited, and that is because there's hardly any variety out there. When I go to a car show, it's Nissans, Fairladies, Skylines, 510 Datsuns, Nissans. You know, there's hardly any variety. All of the grocery getter cars, all of the cars from manufacturers you've never heard of in Japan, they've all disappeared. And like, they don't care about the heritage of their own vehicles. So when I see something really plain Jane, a grocery getter, some insignificant car, I get very excited. It's a miracle. Now, to really highlight the point I want to make, I could write a big list of all the cars that are like unicorns in Japan, and it really would surprise you, I think. Or maybe you really couldn't understand the significance of it until you come here and experience it for yourself. But I'll offer one example, and that is this Toyota Corolla. Now, I used to see, in Australia last August, I used to see these every single day, multiple times every day. Now, since 2012, how many have I seen in Japan? In my hardcore car spotting, in my hardcore going to car shows, I've seen one. Just one. Now, there are countless examples just like that. Hey everyone, thanks for letting me have a rant. Now, question of the day, and then I'm going to be talking about Patreon stuff. Question of the day is, what gets on your goat? And the more trivial, the better. Like, I don't want to hear anything actually serious, like politics or what really gets on your goat, up your nose, that is completely actually insignificant. Yeah, anyway, quit now. Patreon. Now, I didn't do a Patreon video for March, and it's now the end of March, so this is going to be March's giveaway. This is great. I gave out one of these recently, a TE27. Now, this one 1:24, the doors are open, fully detailed. It's freaking amazing. So that's March, and then April I'm going to give away 2 WasabiCars t-shirts. So there'll be 2 winners. The car I just showed you, and t-shirts. That's for the 2 months. Truly apologies for that. So busy. So that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy it, and take it easy. Goodbye.